Okay, multiplying fractions. Personally, I think multiplying fractions is heaps easier than adding and subtracting them. And the reason is that we don't have to change the denominators. We don't have to do anything with them. Basically, I could look at that, and the only rule with multiplying fractions is that you multiply the tops by the tops and the bottoms by the bottoms. So in theory, 2 times 1 gives me 2, and then 3 times 6 gives me 18. And then I could simplify my fraction, and I end up with 1 over 9. Now, there's a few things to consider though, and if we have a look over here. When we multiply, obviously, as I just said, you multiply the tops and then you multiply the bottoms. There's this funky thing though called cross-cancelling. And cross-cancelling allows you to simplify the fraction before you actually perform the operation of multiplying. And it's a really important thing because one like this, you go, well, what's the point? What's the point in cross-cancelling? Because it's easy for me to simplify there at the end. But if we have a really big one, and let's do something like 24 over 36 times 18 over 20, let's go 26. If you have something, a big number like that, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, well, 24 times 18, all right, well, I've got to set that out, 24 times 18. It becomes a time-consuming process. And then obviously once you get to the end, you have so much simplifying to do. So we use this thing called cross-cancelling that makes it really quick. Now, when we cross-cancel, and just follow me here because it's a little bit confusing to start off with, but you will pick it up, all right? So when we cross-cancel, we're basically simplifying a fraction. So whenever I look at a fraction, I look at it and I say, can I make these two numbers smaller by dividing by a number that's a common factor, okay? The answer is no, I can't. I can't find a factor that 2 and 3 share aside from 1, and 1's useless to us because if we divided both of them by 1, we'd end up with 2 over 3. But cross-cancelling allows you to simplify in more places rather than just up or down. So when you cross-cancel, you can simplify up and down, you can simplify diagonally, okay, but you can never simplify side to side, okay? So you can never simplify side to side. So what I mean by this is basically, I can look at my two fractions first and I can say, can I simplify 2/3? No, I can't. I can't simplify that way. Can I simplify 1/6? No, I can't simplify that way. Then I can look at my diagonals. Can I simplify 1/3? No, I can't do that. But can I simplify 2/6? Yes, I can. I can divide 6 by 2 and I can divide 2 by 2. So all we do is we cross that out and we do 2 divided by 2, which leaves me with 1. And then we cross 6 out and we do 6 divided by 2, which leaves me with 3. And then that makes our multiplication really easy because we do 1 times 1, which gives me 1, and then 3 times 3, which gives me 9, and there's my answer. So the benefit of cross-cancelling is that your simplifying at the end will be done for you, okay? You won't have to simplify at the end. Now, when we look at a question like this, it's really big. So let's do some simplifying here or some cross-cancelling to make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to start with these two here because 18 and 36, I can divide both of those by 18. So 18 divided by 18 gives me 1, and 36 divided by 18 leaves me with 2. Straight away, how much easier is that to do? But I can keep going. Let's simplify these two. Okay, let's divide them both by 2. So 2 divided by 2 gives me 1, and 24 divided by 2 gives me 12. Okay, and now I can look at these two and I can say, well, I can divide these two as well. I can divide both of those by 2. So let's divide 12 by 2, which gives me 6, and 26 by 2, which gives me 13. And now all of a sudden, my question is super easy. I've got 6 times 1, which gives me 6, and 1 times 13, which gives me 13. And I'm finished. Okay, I'm all done. Now, if you did 24 times 18, you would have got a huge number. If you did 36 times 26, you would have got a huge number. It would have been correct, but you would have needed to simplify it down to 6 over 13. So cross-cancelling is something that's coming. You're going to have to look at it when it gets there. Now, mixed numbers, the only rule with mixed numbers, if I have something like 1 and 2 over 3 times 2 and 4 over 6, The rule is you have to turn them in to improper fractions before you do the multiplication. So I'd need to change that to 5 over 3 times 12 and 16 over 6, and then I could do my cross cancelling if there is any. Let me have a look there. Yeah, I can simplify those two. That can become 8 and that can become 3, but then that's it. And then my answer would be 5 times 8, which gives me 40, 3 times 3, which gives me 9, and then obviously I can simplify that or turn that into a mixed number. Okay, so 9 goes into 40, 36, which is 4 times and 4 over 9 left over. Okay, so always turn your mixed numbers into improper fractions before you start, cross cancel, and then you just multiply. Tops by tops, bottoms by bottoms. Happy days, multiply fractions.